Ladies and gentlemen, for the 1037th time, it is the Mason and Friends Show. Featuring that dude called the Jew Unit.
What up, bitches?
As well as that lady called TTL. As well as Jesse, aka Steve's Cuz.
Hello.
Hello. Me, I am Mahoney. Welcome to the Mason and Friends Show.
Hi, everybody.
What's going on?
Mike's not here. What up, what up? So that's for him.
Big Mike is hunting ghosts again. We presume he's catching a finger in the booty hole, at the very least, a ghostly finger. But
I
no
think he did it last night.
One night only?
Yeah, I think he showed up there last night, and they stayed till sunrise or some bullshit like that. Something.
And he's too emotionally drained to come in here now.
He's going to the same spot where he went before.
Yeah, they fucked him all up.
So I told him they gonna remember your black ass.
Exactly.
PYT.
Yeah.
I mean, protect your PYC, protect your crack. So maybe.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get a thumb in his ass at the very least, though.
Did Sarah go with him?
No.
No.
Sarah's salting the doorways at the house right now.
Double saging.
Yeah, she's
Putting
saging
oils.
before he comes back.
Yeah, she really was.
She's probably got the Bible out saying prayers and shit about protecting him from the ghosts and the evil spirits and all that kind of shit. Because, it was pretty amusing the last time when she came on here and yelled at him about it at some point.
Yep.
I don't remember what episode it was, but it was something spectacular. She was all like on that like Jesus Christy, like, you know, you are not going to bring down the sanctity of my home with the evil spirits that you will inevitably bring home with you.
Arguably, demonic shit. It is demonic.
It's a light thing sometimes.
Hey, look, I'm not even disagreeing with that mentality or thought process. All I'm saying is it's fucking funny. Like,
it is always funny to hear a
amuses-
man get raked over the coals by wifey.
No, it's a lot of it has to do with the subject matter and the way that it is handled, the way that she was so like adamant about all of her spiritual, like guard the palace type stuff. Like that was particularly amusing to me.
Right. So, I think she wants to be the only one to ever try to stick a finger in his bum. And
What she needs to realize
we
is
all think that the ghost is going to do it first.
But what she needs to realize is if he catches a ghost thumb and it's not the worst experience of his life, like she's got a much better chance of getting a finger in his bum after that.
I think that's a hereditary trait in our family, though, because I love going for my husband's. Every time when he turns around, I'm like,
We're a long line
he doesn't
of
like
beggars.
it. He does not like it.
Yeah,
No, most men don't.
that's not ideal.
Most men don't, especially if it's a sneak attack.
My first
If you
husband did.
Well, that's a little. He had his reasons. He was into that kind of thing. Yeah, that's what happens when you accidentally marry somebody that has
Other
tendencies, very open-mindedness. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what y'all are getting at, but trying to keep the.
I don't want to tell her story. She can tell it.
Try to keep
The first
truly
husband switched
inside.
sides.
Oh, he went a different route now.
Yeah.
Damn. Now, did you stick your finger in his bum a bunch?
No, I didn't. But that's how I check now. Are they into it? If they're into
But you
it,
didn't check with him.
Testing.
you
1, 2,
learn.
3.
You
1, 2, 3.
learn. My gaydar is on point now.
Your gaydar's like
Do you-
firing on all cylinders.
Did people razz you and were like, you ruined him for all women? Because I would look at it and be like, he had the best, he doesn't need another one. Like, we didn't work out, so now he has to be gay.
It's
because
his
I was the
first
best.
like boyfriend after me looked like he could be my brother. I knew it was not me.
That's weird.
It's just he just was, he was bisexual. Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Sure.
Would you ever be with a bisexual person again? I know you're married now, so it doesn't count. This is hypothetical.
But you didn't know he was bisexual at the time that you got with him.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I couldn't do it. There's too many women in the world that I'm already like That's half the population out there, you know? Like, I don't want 100% of the population.
You don't want a threat from
To be-
100% of the people you're interacting
Well,
with.
not a threat, because that sounds insecure, and
Yeah, it
I'm
does.
really trying to not be insecure in life, in life.
Insecure.
But no, I think that's just like a core belief that I've always had. Like, I don't want, like, dudes are usually on board. They're like, oh, I wouldn't care if she was bi, because in their mind, they're like, oh, future threesome possibly down the pipeline.
That's the only reason to be okay with it.
Yeah, but like,
It's
I
like,
don't.
I mean, if you want to bring home Emma Watson with you, baby, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Lesbo
No.
Emma Watson with a taste for duck.
Yeah.
Come on down, baby.
It's always Emma.
Whoever this girlfriend
Emma.
is with her bisexual tendencies.
Emma could do anything, and you would be like, okay, honey.
Probably. A lot
I know.
of stuff.
I know.
I'd say 99% of the stuff. I'd be like, yeah, okay. You want to do that?
She
We
would
can do
ruin
that.
you for the rest of women. If it didn't work out with Emma, if you had the
She already
chance.
has.
I'm already
She
ruined
already
for the
has,
rest of
yes.
women. Yeah. I'm already
Yes.
ruined for women. Man,
I wouldn't say that. I
I'm
still
done.
have faith.
I'm done. It's
I
over.
still have faith. You just need to find the right one.
It's over.
It is a swamp out there, though.
Uh-huh.
For real.
Yeah. I know. Like, yeah.
Don't encourage it. Don't encourage
No,
it.
she's being real.
No. Like, after my divorce, and I started dating again, my boss's buddy asked me one day, he was like, so, how's the online dating treating you?
Ugh.
And I was like, dude, it's a swamp.
Yeah.
But I have learned something. I am the ripe age where I can pull granddaddy, dad, or son.
Yes, that is true. I learned that as well when I was on dating apps before me and the Jew got together.
Yeah. I could date girls in their 20s, 30s,
Yeah.
40s, 50s, or 60s.
Yeah. I
like
was
the
shocked
full
at the
spectrum.
amount of dudes that were looking for older women. Like, when I first got on dating apps, I didn't really know what I was doing, and I didn't set my age limits. I think I just was like, let's just see, kind of thing.
Isn't
But if
that
I
the way
could
to
be
do
your
it?
mom, ew.
Well, yeah, it is, ew. But I think for like a minute, I had a weekend where I like had the age set to like 25 and up. I was shocked
but
at
here's
the
the
amount
thing.
of VCU
Here's
dudes,
the
VCU
difference
recent
between-
graduates.
Between women and men. You look at it like, if I could be your mother, grody, I don't want to do that. But at the same time, there's a man in the ether of like famous people that you would bone that's that old. Like, you both would bone Sam Elliott, right?
I don't even know who that is.
Sam Elliott,
The
he's
dude,
the
that's the oldest brother in the Tombstone.
Roadhouse.
He's the older guy in Roadhouse.
Oh, you're talking old guy. I thought you were
That's what I'm
referring.
saying.
Yeah, I would. Yes,
Exactly
Sam
my
Elliott.
point, though. Like, the difference
He's
between
like he's that actor Sam Elliott. He's like
Lonesome
he's like
Dove.
the difference between men and women is that women like.
he's 81. Okay, I wouldn't
Yeah,
know.
you guys
I wouldn't know. I'd kill him. I would kill him. I didn't know he was 81,
you're
dude.
worried about breaking his hips?
You would fuck Roadhouse, Sam Elliott, though.
Yeah. And Billy Bob Thornton. I would
Well, you got
probably.
Roadhouse Sam
I
Elliott.
do have Roadhouse Sam Elliott. I'm such
you
a
let
lucky
him grow
bitch.
his hair out. He's Roadhouse Sam Elliott all motherfucking day.
But like no, Billy
He just
Bob
doesn't do the
Thornton.
mustache.
Yeah.
You gotta get him to rock a
You think Billy Bob?
I don't even know who that is.
He was married to Angelina Jolie. He's the one that they carried vials of blood around their necks.
Ew, that's weird.
It was very weird.
He's the landman.
He's the
He is the
landman.
But-
Billy Bob.
Oh, yeah.
He could get it.
See,
Not
but here's-
really, babe.
but
Not
here's
really.
The thing. But here's the thing. Women are like, I would
Fine,
bone
I know
that
his
one
dick's bigger,
dude that's older, but like, exclude the option of it to happen. Like as if I'm not gonna swipe right on some broad that's old and I'm not into. But if I look at her, I'm like, she's pretty hot, and it's like she's 63. I'm like, I don't care. I'd fuck a hot 63-year-old. Like if Goldie Hawn or fucking whoever or Demi Moore,
Michelle
or
Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, or whoever.
Yeah,
I'm
she
like,
could get it.
Why wouldn't I allow myself the option of seeing that older woman on my dating app as opposed to being like, I'll only date women that are 47 to 40 because I'm right in the middle of that age group. I can't date people that are substantially older or younger than me. I'm like, fuck that. If an older or younger or my age motherfucker comes along that's cool, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'd love to hang out with you on a regular basis. I'm not going to be like, let me exclude all these people down to this tiny little window of weird motherfuckers that I'm only going to be attracted to a few of, when I got the full age spectrum wide open and I'm still only attracted to a few of these motherfuckers.
Right.
Every now and again there's a 60-year-old, I'm like, she's hot, right? A lot of the times there's be a 26-year-old, I'm like, ugh, I don't like that one. Or a 35-year-old, I'm like, nope. You know what I mean? Like,
It's good that you're not ageist, but I will say, like, I tried to do, when I was 35, I went out with a 24-year-old to get, like, I did not know his age. Okay, first of all, we were at the same level, at the same institute working. We both had the same job grade. Like, I didn't know that this little fucker had, like, I thought he was older. I thought he was older. He was covered in
Can't even run a car.
tattoos. He had the Serenity prayer tattooed on his chest, and it should have been red flag number 1 when he showed me a picture of his Serenity flag or Serenity prayer tat. Because to me, you guys know, I grew up in Alateen, so it like was very substantial to me. I was like, oh my God, I have that prayer up in my house. Like I love that prayer. It's like one of the ones, I only know like 2 prayers, Our Father and Serenity prayer. Those are the only 2 prayers I know my whole life. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a sign. Maybe God is telling me to give this young, I knew he was younger, but I didn't know how young. I was like, maybe I should give it a chance. And yeah, but very quickly realized like he didn't know that that was the Serenity prayer associated with Alcoholics Anonymous. He just thought it was a cool phrase. Okay, that was red flag number 1. Then red flag number 2 was come to a cookout, and I think I've told this story before. And he invited me to a cookout. I showed up at this beautiful big ass house, thinking like, oh man, like this guy's actually like doing good. He's got custody of his daughter. He's got a little house that's real cute. Look at all these young bucks out here drinking, having fun by the bonfire. I asked him if I could use the restroom. He said, oh, I'm so sorry, but no, you can't. And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, is there work going on in the house? Like, is the toilet disconnected? What's the problem?
it's not my house, I'm just using the yard.
He said, my parents don't like it when my friends go in during bonfire nights. I was like, oh, this is your parents' house? And he was like, yeah. He was like, so what do they do when they have to pee? When friends that come over for bonfires? Oh,
Pop a squat over there.
They pee behind the shed. I said, okay, I got to go. And then, like, the next time I saw him at work, I see him eating a peanut butter jelly. And I'm like, you always eat a peanut butter jelly? He's like, my mom makes me a peanut butter jelly every day. I was like, okay.
So wait a minute, you got together with this guy when you knew absolutely nothing at all about him. You could have seen him having lunch at work. You could have seen him having lunch at work at any time over however long you had known him.
We did.
That I always have my mother's peanut butter and jelly.
Well, I was
sandwich.
razzing him for it. I was like, you always eat a peanut butter jelly. And he was like, yeah, we did not like fraternize publicly at work because I was very much like, I didn't want to be that girl that like was talked about on the 6th floor. So
after you had
I didn't associate with him that much. We smoked cigarettes every now and then, but that was it.
Decided he was unworthy, then you could
Not unworthy,
Then you could delve
too
in
young.
and give him shit and be like, oh, look at that.
Well, so the red flag thing was the peeing thing. That was the first issue. The second red flag was the peanut butter jelly thing, that your mom still packs your lunch. Because it's one thing to be a single dad with custody of your little 3-year-old daughter and still living at home with your parents, right? But at that point, I still hadn't asked how old this kid was. Like, I didn't want him to ask me how old I was because I knew I was older.
How old were you when you had your first child?
24. I was pregnant at 24. I had Jude at 25.
So this kid was 24 with a 3-year-old.
Yes. Yes.
So he just was coming at pussies before you were letting anybody come in your pussy.
Well, no, I definitely was letting people,
Age-wise.
like, I mean,
Well, then
you know.
just lucked out that you didn't
I
get
did.
knocked up at the same time that this fool knocked somebody up.
I did.
Like,
I
holding
didn't.
all these life decisions
Dude, I
against us.
literally had
Just
unprotected.
be like,
yeah,
I'm
like,
not fooling with you because you a motherfucker that had a child when you couldn't afford to take care of it.
that was not the red flag. So the red flag,
But should
first
that be a red flag?
It
'Cause to
should.
me, that's
First
a
red flag was the pee-pee thing. The second red flag was the peanut butter jelly thing. Third red flag is that when I told him, hey, I'm not trying to be a dick. You're a wonderful person. We have incredible conversation. However, you're a little young for me.
See, but that shouldn't have been your excuse.
At this time, I was
You should have been
35.
like,
Jude was 11. He
don't
was
have your shit
closer
together
in
enough
age.
for me.
I didn't feel that way
If he
because
owned that house,
no, it
and
wasn't
his
that.
parents weren't there,
I
and you
lived
could
in
have
a
gone inside
shit
and peed.
2-bedroom apartment.
I'm saying, if he
Like,
had owned
I
that
wasn't
house at
judging.
24 with a 3-year-old and been like, yeah, you can go in and pee,
No.
and his parents were nowhere to be found, and his buddies were going in and peeing and all that shit,
That's
that
not
your
what
first
was.
primary red flag came along because the parents were
primary red flag
and
was
you
that
couldn't go pee.
whatever life he's living, his
If he had
parents
been like,
don't
"Go ahead,
trust
pee."
his guests to even use a toilet. At any age, that's a red flag. It doesn't matter
Yes,
that he
it
was
is.
24. It's not a red flag that he lived with his
What I'm
parents.
saying.
Red flag that he's not even going to let me use the bathroom.
If all of that stuff hadn't happened, you wouldn't have caught any red flag.
If he
And
had
you'd have
let
been
me
like,
in the
you'd have
house,
been like, this guy has his shit together. I'm saying if he had owned the house and his parents weren't there, they were somewhere else.
Third
the
final straw.
excuse you give him of being too young is a bullshit excuse because it has nothing to do with that. If you had gone to that house and he was 24 and you hadn't found that out till after you had been impressed by him because he was like, yeah, go on and pee in my house where my child's being raised and my friends can also go pee. You would have been like, okay, this guy's all right. He's on top of his shit. And you would have continued to give him a chance.
if he didn't live with his parents and had his mommy clean his room and make peanut butter and jellies for him, that was like okay, that's why there's like 3 flags, right? So the first red flag is like, okay, he doesn't have all his shit together, but he's younger, so it's okay, right? Second red flag is like, you don't even cook for yourself. Okay, cool, your mom still packs your lunch. Third and final red flag is when I said, you may be too young, and he came to work the next day with diamond earrings and was like, meet me by my truck at noon. And I go to his truck at noon and he's like, I bought these for you, I'm in love with you. And I was like, oh holy shit, we are really on different planes. Like, you're a great guy, but to me that screamed like you're like trying to buy me stuff
that's
now
very much
because
a red
you
flag.
want me to just excuse that I think I'm too old for you. It was me. It wasn't that I didn't think he was too young or whatever because he was irresponsible
Well,
or
I
a
think all
bad
those silly
dude.
things older dudes would do too. All that
Possibly.
silly dumb shit that he
Possibly,
did.
but I found out I was 11 years older than this cat. We're still good friends. We're still very good friends. Like, we hang out and, like, at work and see each other and say what's up. We don't really hang out because, like, he never goes to work. He gets, like, a cushy work from home job. But when he's in the office, we high five and, like, everything is smooth. He's married now. He's popped out 3 more fucking kids. Like, dude is on. He now has a better job title than I have.
So you told him you ain't shit and he got
No,
his shit
I
together.
never said you
Right.
ain't
That's
shit.
what
No,
it is.
She gave him the
What it is.
classic, it's not you, it's me.
I did because I wasn't ready for diamond earrings. And if I was going to swallow the 11-year age gap, it needed to be slowly built. It needed to
It
be
was gonna be bought
slowly
with
built. And he
diamond
showed up with
earrings.
fucking diamond earrings.
Where they were probably CZs.
He gave them to his daughter, I found out later, which is nice. That's sweet. That's who they should have been for. Not the girl that you took out one time and she couldn't even pee in the house because whatever recklessness you've had at your house with your
It
parents.
was cubic.
Huh?
Dave was cubic.
Yeah,
Give me a
Cuban
little- how old
Zirconian.
was his daughter?
No, they weren't.
See,
They
how old
weren't
was his
Cuban.
daughter?
She was 3, but she's had
you
pierced
ain't-
ears
yeah.
since birth.
Yeah, but you ain't buying
And
no.
then she swallowed them.
She's
You ain't
she's
buying no 3-year-old no diamonds, babe.
well, I'm not saying that this makes a difference, but she was a little mixed baby, and she had diamonds in her ears already. Like, she already
Diamonds
rocked
look
diamonds.
like diamonds, you know.
Yeah, they do.
He showed me,
They were a lot
he
better
gave
to
me
have,
the
'cause if you
warranty
lose them, you're like,
information,
"Yeah,
babe. I know
Jesus."
that it was like a thing. And I told him I cannot accept these diamond earrings, and I hope we can still be friends. And apparently, like, I don't know. We didn't talk for like 2 years after that. And I just thought it was because he was making, you know, decisions to like just not talk to me because I kind of hurt his feelings and I made him feel foolish. He told me later that like it was the catalyst that he needed to get like, you know.
You told him he wasn't shit and he got his shit together.
I mean, I never said you ain't
He's
shit.
like, man, I might have had a chance
If
with that girl,
anything, I gave
but I
that
wasn't
boy
shit.
so many pep talks that it did. It felt like I was his mama. Like, I was like, you got this, you can do it. Like, I was so much like that with him that I literally felt he was closer to my kid's age than he was my age. Like, it was too weird. Jude was like 12 when this happened, and he's like, oh, maybe I could shoot some hoops with your son one day. I'm like, yeah, you literally
See, but
graduated
that's-
high school.
That's
like,
trying way too hard.
It was
as,
a
like,
lot, dude.
You know, you gotta
It-
just be nonchalant with the older ladies
It
when you're a
was a
younger
lot.
guy. You can be like, yeah, whatever, we can do whatever.
it was a lot.
Because you gotta recognize your place. Like, I'm here to bone this older chick. I'm not here to like date her necessarily.
We never even got to that point. Like, there was never any boning.
I
It was just-
understand.
Well,
It's
he was
like,
hoping.
He blew it, but he
I
was there to
know.
bone.
I think he just, I don't know.
He was there to bone.
I don't know
If
what
you
his deal
had
was.
let him bone, he'd have boned. They'd have
Probably.
been like, all right.
But that was the other thing, was like,
Negative.
where would we bone? Your parents don't even let your friends in the house.
Yeah, I know, that's a real
In the
problem.
car.
You'd have to come to my house in my
Car.
little apartment, I guess,
Bone
but
in the
that's
car.
weird.
Yep.
I don't know. He was a sweet guy, and he's still my friend. Like, he's literally still a good friend of mine. Andrew knows. I talk about this guy all the time. He's still a buddy. But, like, there's no hard feelings.
So-
I don't know how Andrew feels about it, but
So I think we should take a little toast of this Buffalo Trace that Jesse brought to the mix. Did you
I
get
agree.
one? You got one?
Yeah, but I'm already drinking bourbon.
No, he poured his in his. We got that.
Well, I'm drinking boogers. Bullets.
He's drinking boogers.
Bullets.
The Jew and his boogers.
maybe you don't need one. I wanted
Yeah.
him to eat one of those edibles because I think Andrew on edibles is hilarious. Like, he gets real,
want
like 118 milligrams, babe. I don't think have you ever taken that? Well, yes.
Sure he has.
There was that time.
What are they, homemade?
Yes.
So they're questionable 118?
You can test. You can taste.
They're not a questionable 118. Well, they might be
Ah,
118 and up, maybe.
How are you
wouldn't-
feeling?
I wouldn't.
It's been about half an hour.
I don't know. I feel fine.
This is old
Okay.
Pink Fox sugar cookie. You don't really know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, that ain't a Pink Fox classic
It
sugar.
says it's written at 120, but it could be a 125 or
That ain't,
140.
that ain't the 4 cookies
So
I
you
brought
could get
you.
an 80.
That ain't the 2 cookies I brought you.
Oh, God.
Remember when I brought you 4 and you ate 2 of them and lost your mind by the end of the second episode?
Look, we went to
That
Lake
was-
Anna.
That was amazing.
We went to Lake Anna, big family vacation. My sister made some special cookies. And,
Cheers.
Cheers. You cheersing with us?
oh no, because I would be drunk off of that.
That's cute. Cheers. Sorry, keep telling your story though.
So, my sister made like these cookies or whatever, and I was like, maybe we should write drugs on the top of these so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a good Tupperware, so we didn't. The next day, my brother-in-law's out fishing, and I get a call from him, and he's like, "Where were those cookies?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know where their physical location is, but I can tell you like what they were in."
They're
Yeah.
around.
And so I told him like what the container, and he's like, "Fuck!" And I was like, "How many did you eat?" And he goes, 4, and I'm out on the boat with your dad, and I can't feel my legs.
Oh, bless his heart.
He come
Bless
back
his
all
heart.
sweating.
Bless
Hell
his
yeah.
heart. I'll still never forget the time that Mike's sister drugged a bunch of girls to get us to go to bed because she was ready for bed. She gave us
Bitches talk too much.
she
man.
gave us a bunch of
But y'all were
edibles.
drunk, so a little bit of edibles is gonna put
None
y'all
of us
down.
knew that it was all indica. She's like, "Oh, this is this good shit. You guys, let's have fun." And then within 20 minutes, all of us were like, at this bonfire thing. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Kind of genius, actually. Lisa.
It was smart, but it kind of hurt my feelings later. I was like, she drugged us, like literally
Well, at least
intentionally.
one a roofie in your ass every when
For real.
Your ass didn't wake
for real. Not like her brother's gonna be waking
have you
up.
ever been roofied? I know that's a sensitive subject, but
Jesus, Lisa.
I have. I like
right in.
college. Come on, man. I was puking my guts off with like 5 girls after we went to a Theta Chi party once, and they were like, "This is the cooler with the jungle juice for the ladies. This is the cooler with the jungle juice for the dudes." And there were 2
That
lines.
should have been your
for
first
boys
red
and
flag.
girls.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
my first
Big red
frat
flag.
party.
That
I
should have been a
thought
big red
I
flag.
thought it was like the college frat party experience. Not even 2 hours later, all 4 of us that had been at
no.
that party were hanging our heads over GRC in Richmond. Fort Girk is what we called it. That was our dorm. We had a little courtyard, and we were all up on the 3rd floor where my dorm room was, and we were all
Puking on
puking
everybody.
off the fucking side of the rail. All 4 of us puking our asses off. I don't even know how or when they would have thought the window of accuracy to be able to actually take advantage of any of these ladies would have been, because it went straight from like we vibing, eating, chips and salsa at this party, drink 1 drink, and within 2 hours we had diarrhea and we had fucking the pukes, and it was
You
like,
definitely don't want to be
maybe they're into
pressing up
that.
on somebody with diarrhea.
like when
That's
would
gross.
when would you have gotten down the pants of any of those girls? Like
When they
I
were
mean,
having the diarrhea.
oh, it was disgusting.
No,
It was
yeah,
so
that sounds
gross.
horrible.
I was like, never again, ladies, never again.
Absolutely horrible.
Freshman year was insane. Insane.
See, I was wild. My parents knew they wouldn't let me go away for college.
VCU is unimpressive right
They
now.
was like, no.
I just,
Wow, VC, yeah, like, I got arrested, like, not
you
even
might as well
2
have gone.
months.
Might as well have gone to Radford.
I was smoking a bowl outside and a bike cop rolled up.
Yeah, I know you told that.
I've told that
That's
story.
a terrible story.
I know. I know.
And you
I talked
threw
about
it.
that recently.
And you threw it, and you could have denied it, and
I
you
was
might have got
cheeky.
out of it. You were cheeky, and you got arrested.
I'm cheeky when I'm drunk.
Yeah, I'd have been like, I've never
Feisty.
seen that before in my life. What exactly is
Well,
that?
and I had been ruined by cops in Fauquier. Like, Fauquier cops knew me by name. They were just
You gotta
like,
expect
oh,
all cops
dump
you
out
don't
the
know.
alcohol, young lady.
You gotta expect all cops
They
you
were
don't
cool.
know to be ready to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Every fucking last one of them. And then until they prove themselves to not be pieces of shit, you gotta treat them like they are. But don't treat them like they're a piece of shit like I hate you. Treat them like I don't trust you. I'm gonna
Well,
get
I'm
this
aware
done as quick
now.
as
I'm much
possible.
older and wiser, but back then I was cheeky and loud and unmedicated, so that's probably part of the
Are
problem.
they taking a shower up there or flushing the toilet over and over and over
I need a
again?
flush. I need toilet flushing.
Oh yeah, it sounds like a waterfall. It sounds like we're in a moment of zen.
This is, you know what? I've
We
been-
have to pee.
I want to put up green
That
screens
too.
and green screen all sorts of weird shit in behind us, but I think it might be a bit much.
Do it.
Babe,
You know.
we forgot to hang the flag.
You'll hang a flag another time.
Bad bitches only. We forgot to hang the flag.
Not a
We,
flag, it's tapestry.
I thought it would look more like flag material.
It's tapestry.
A tapestry. When I think tapestry, I think that's more of a tapestry than anything.
That's a soundproof blanket.
Oh,
Look, it's a tapestry.
Looks like a
Well,
moving blanket.
tapestry I think of
Same
as
thing.
like fabric, rug, like not rug, but like woven, like hippie, you know, let me tie my sarong around my
fuck.
waist. Holy fuck.
Maybe someone's actually doing dishes around this motherfucker.
That'd be good.
Probably not.
That's where it's coming from though, I
Seems
think.
unlikely.
Right there, that's the
Oh,
kitchen.
no, this is the final drop off, so it all comes here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The house is looking good though. Housewarming party still to be announced.
Still no date set.
August.
Okay.
We were gonna do June. Seth's not gonna be here though at the end of June because he's probably going to Georgia.
No, he's not.
And that he's not.
Alrighty then. So everybody will be here.
Go talk about
My
that
kids
yesterday.
won't be.
Okay then.
They are going to a Kanye concert
They're going to see Kanye.
Tragic.
in
I
Florida
saw Kanye before he was
with
a
their
big
dad.
deal. I saw Kanye at Salem
I
Civic
would have
Center.
loved to have seen Kanye before he was a big deal, but I'd still
It was
like to see
pretty weak.
Kanye. I'm not a fan of like some of his
It was weak.
bipolar tendencies that make him crazy sometimes and say bad, horrible
You're not gonna
things.
buy one of those
However,
shirts.
Y'all can have that Kanye.
I can't. I don't know
OG
why I make
Kanye?
excuses for him, but
Kanye got a cut with great albums, but those are old.
what do you think?
I mean,
Are you a hater or do you get down sometimes to College Dropout? Not a thing. What kind of music do you listen to?
guess.
Oh,
Hip hop? Country. I don't know. It's either one or the other in these parts of town. It's either like old school hip hop. I don't know though. Could be. You could strike me as somebody that listens to a little bit of everything.
Yeah, more country, hip hop, and
Hip-hop.
and like douche EDM stuff.
Oh yeah. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Rogue. We were driving back from across the field from the ants, and we didn't have our seatbelts on, and the Rogue started making its beat, and me and David and like the ADHD fashion, we're like, oh, this is a sick beat.
Yes.
you just gotta
yes.
maintain your speed.
Yeah.
Yep. I love that. So you and your husband perfectly matched in that sense.
Oh yeah.
Same level of.
Do you
Treats
like
me
the
as a
same
dude.
music?
I love that.
Yeah.
It's nice to like the same music as someone else. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Always be fighting about music.
We don't fight about music. I like the same kind of music as you.
I said music
You
fighting.
just don't
I've
like
fought about
EDM.
music.
You don't like. What do you like, Mason?
I think I like a fair amount of stuff.
Me too. Sometimes
Right.
I'll get down on some more pop stuff, which I think is what drives him crazy. The
It's
Yeah.
when you turn on like the Beatles or some old shit. Like
Oh,
Ray.
come on
You
now.
don't like that?
You don't like the Beatles, dude?
That's like
Come
the
on, bro.
number one shit I turn on.
I know.
How
and
have
basically
we-
the wrong ass time. Maybe if we're in the bathtub or some shit like that, maybe we can turn some Beatles on the candles. But we're getting ready to play a basketball game when I go
Did
listen
you
to
want
fucking,
Beatles
Let It Be,
in-
Let It
Once you
Be.
get pumped
I
up.
don't do Let It Be. I never play that song.
Well, I mean, that's
the
I don't
one
even know if
Beatles
that's
song.
Beatles. Is that the actual Beatles song?
It is,
yeah.
yes.
So, yeah, I mean, that's probably the only Beatles song I know. You know what I'm
I
screaming?
don't play that one, and I don't play Hey Jude.
Yeah, I would imagine you
reasons.
don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'd
definitely
be
want to play
annoyed
no
if I
Hey
was
Jude
Jude.
around me. 'Cause what do you think's gonna happen with that song?
Hey Jude.
Don't be so mad.
Right? You'll get that drone turned on
Fuck that drone, man.
eventually.
Fuck that goddamn drone. Fucking ruin my whole goddamn
And when
week.
the drone
God damn
works, you'll go fishing.
There's no need to yell and scream.
But that's why we told you not to fucking try to make it work on the beach the first time.
I don't know.
Like, bro,
I
you gotta get
understand it.
proficient with that
I was ready
shit.
to throw it.
Yeah.
No, it's fucked, man. Because even if I return it
I wanted
and
to
buy a
keep playing
new
with
one,
it
it
later.
ain't gonna get here and back by the time I'm back from the beach.
Yeah, I
It'll
can
be
relate to
returned.
that.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
all of it's fucked. I'm right back to square one.
Honestly,
Fucking wrecking some shit like the rest of the goddamn world. But it's fine.
it's a nice drone though. I don't think we
superpower.
should give up.
We ain't gonna give up. We ain't gonna give up. We're gonna set that shit right back in the box, send it right back to Jap. Get one of his cousins to make me a different one.
Does the beach
Put it
have
back in the
Wi-Fi?
box.
No.
Are we gonna
It
have
ain't the
There's no
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi at the
No,
beach.
I'm asking on separate question now.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Because
you
I know
mean
the
the house at the beach.
house,
Yeah.
at Topsail.
I'm
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Should be turned on.
Sometimes it turns it off.
All right, I think the edible's working.
Oh God, you
I
gotta is
watched
there
it
Wi-Fi
kick in.
at the beach?
I watched his eyes go from like
I don't
being
think-
able to see to
I don't
not.
think
Yeah.
that's right. I don't think that's right though.
What?
I don't think you could turn the fucking Wi-Fi off to save $8 a month type shit. Like, you may be able to. I don't know, because it's a rental. You know what I mean? Maybe, but to me, I don't understand how you can do that. And what's that actually say when you turn Wi-Fi off for 3
If it's
months?
a regular rental, everybody renting it is going to want Wi-Fi, so it has to have Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
If
but
it's the
she
kind of
says
place-
she turns it off in the winter when she ain't renting it, which I don't think that's a real thing.
Yeah, you can.
No,
And you,
yeah,
and
you
you
can.
say and you,
Yeah,
and you
like
get discount
I
bill or
got
something.
Starlink, and I can turn that shit off. Like if we're gonna be like
Yeah.
Just skip a
gone.
month.
Yeah,
You don't get
just,
billed.
I just put that shit on pause.
Yeah.
You don't get billed.
Yeah. Just pause the payment, turn it back
That's
on.
what
and
I
get
think
back.
your mom does. I also. How much is that, by the way, Starlink?
I want to say it's like
It's worth it.
120, but we
Yeah.
got the mobile looking one
Yeah.
because
So you
you
can
know
go
the RV.
places.
Yeah, I guess that shit's strapped on with a pole. Let's fucking
See,
go.
and that's what we
I
want.
love
If
that.
we ever got to do the podcast mobile, that is exactly how it would be. I've been saying for years, man. We get to Winnebago, we throw the Starlink on that bitch. We be out in the middle of nowhere, fucking podcasting.
Can your Bronco pull shit?
Sort of, but not much. 3,500 pounds.
I was like, cause I have an extra camper. It's just
Don't even
chilling.
joke. Andrew, did you hear that?
Yeah, what about it?
What
You know,
saying?
you know, I've got RV dreams.
Cool. I got boat
He
dreams.
shits on them every time. I said that when we retire, I mean, we could do both.
If you could have a boat and an
Huh?
RV that you're pulling both at the same time,
God
like
damn.
double time,
What kind of money we
that'd be
got here?
hysterical. We could put the boat behind the trailer.
Dad,
and
you
could
need like a
back it.
Class A where you can drive that bitch.
Yeah, that would be quite a task.
Yeah, babe, just get a tractor trailer like double. Like we'll put the car up top,
Put that on the
boat
fucking
in the
jump.
bottom.
Our lob is my
The
black
boat we don't
driver. Go
have.
ahead, just get a fucking track
See,
trailer.
and that's what the real problem is. Ideally, I've said it for years, the special camper, what I really want is a short bus.
Yeah, get short bus.
Me
You don't need anything,
too.
man. But it does have air
Pimp it
brakes, doesn't
out.
it?
I don't think
So
so.
don't you need a...
I don't think a short
I don't
bus.
think so.
It depends. There's different short buses, but I don't think they have like
Because the air brakes is
CDL
what makes you
required.
get a CDL.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have to have a CDL. But like, yeah, if we got a short bus and raised the roof on it and fucking put like a deck on the top and had a podcast studio inside.
That'd be dope.
With a basketball hoop on the back, man, call it the special camper. Boy, I'm trying to tell you. Have some speakers on that bitch, be out there just fucking going places.
So there's some Al Qaeda cat. I call him Bin Laden. Ah, la, 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 la,
That you work with?
that I work with. That apparently he worked with you about 4 or 5 years ago. His name starts with an F. He's Al Qaeda. Talks all the
Farouz.
fucking time.
Farouz.
Yeah, Ferris.
Farouz.
Yeah, that fucking cat.
You
right?
call him Ferris?
That's his name.
It's Farouz.
It's
But-
Farouz,
Well, the
babe.
motherfucker says Ferris. I don't fucking know. I call him Ben fucking Laden. I say, yeah.
Ferris.
I say Al Qaeda.
Oh wait, Ferris.
Ferris.
Oh, is that actually his
Oh yeah, I
name?
do know a Ferris.
Yeah, a long time ago he worked with
Selling
him.
cars? He used
Yeah.
to sell cars.
All right, something. I don't
He's a
fucking know.
car salesman. Yeah,
All
Ferris.
out there, he worked with you a long fucking time ago. He been listening to podcasts ever since. 3 days ago, he found out I'm the motherfucking Jew on the podcast that I've been working with for fucking almost a year with this goddamn foreign fucker. Now he says he can't.
Ferris used to sell cars.
Yeah, now he says he can't even look at me. He says, "How do you know Mason and Friend show?" I said, "What are you talking about? I'm on that podcast, bro. What are you saying right now?" And he's like, "No fucking way, bro. I never put your voice to the voice." I'm like, "How in the fuck? I've yelled at you the same goddamn way I've yelled on the fucking podcast. What are you fucking saying right now, dude?"
Crazy.
This
so funny.
This podcast is not safe for work, I was told.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Yeah.
Yeah,
hysterical.
so he just found out the other day to ask me.
Work and political careers.
I'm like, holy fuck, dude. How in the fuck?
I don't know. I think it's great though.
Oh, dude, that's fucking funny as shit, man.
I didn't put it together. I was dating you. The first time I found out you were the Jew on the podcast with Bill Mason that I knew was after, like, we had been dating him for a little while, and you were like, yeah, like, I'm podcasting this Sunday. Like, if you come down, like, do you want to be on the podcast? And I'm like, what's the podcast? And he's like, the Mason and Friend Show. I'm like, I met this cat like 2 years ago or a year before that told me about this show. I listened to it and I was like, this is some shenanigan craziness. Like, what is this? Like,
Yeah.
this boy. I loved it because you had made such a good impression on me. The one time we met at that random party.
Christmas party.
I talked more to Mason than I talked to my date the whole night. Like, we just happened to be sitting at a company Christmas party that
And I just plopped down.
I was on a sort of
That
a
company-
date with the guy.
That
Yeah.
company, I just like rolled to like every group sat at their own table, and I was like,
We
"You
smoked
fucking
weed,
people are
right?
Douches. No,
You
I
and
think
I.
I gave you. I think we had edible. Maybe we did smoke weed.
I think we went outside right at the end when we were leaving, and you were like, "You want to hit this?" But and the guy I was with got so jealous because he's like, "What are you doing? You just make friends randomly that give you weed?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, that's actually
the power
my
of weed, motherfucker.
That's that's how I
Call
make
it the
friends."
gift of weed, bitch. Some people get the gift of
Yes.
gab. Some of us get the
He
gift
was
of weed,
very-
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Both.
he was very jealous because we had the gift of gab going and the weed, and he didn't talk to me the entire car ride home because of that. Yeah.
Or at least get to enjoy
Yeah.
buzz.
And then a year later, I go out with this cat, find out same guy that I met at this party that was cool as fuck happens to be the Mason in the Mason and Friends show. I had no idea. And then he happened to be the guy I couldn't understand. It took me 6 months of dating Andrew before I understood Japanese.
That's it.
Japanese is a tough one to
Japanese.
get.
He was doing this shit last night at the diner. Oh my
I was
god.
just fuck goddamn horse racing again, man. I was just being a commentator, man. That's all I was doing.
Loud
man.
as fuck in the
Just
diner.
regular. Come on now, that five, turn around, over there on the final stretch down, coming on down, and out, down, on the phone, down, that five, six, nine, phone, down.
Dude, that's so good.
Men on
You know,
five, you get outside, get
It's
off my
so
men on
good.
five.
Apparently, I was being annoying with the old fuck.
No.
who obviously gambled because I seen the hat that motherfucker was wearing. He had money on the fucking horse. Get the fuck away.
His son was like, people are gonna think he has the ism because he was like, woo, in the middle of the diner. Woo!
Come on here now, five. Here we go now, five. Turn around. We got a quarter mile left here now. Come on here now, here.
Yeah, you
And-
definitely got
and
some
his-
tism.
Yeah, his son is like, Dad, shh, and everybody is staring at us.
And I'm like,
we're
shut
at
up,
the
bitch.
very
I'm paying.
end. Yep.
Come on here now. Here, I'm gonna finish on there. Here, hold on.
Here to amuse myself, don't care what you think about
Y'all
it.
motherfuckers take cash, right? All right, come on here now,
Got
man.
my money, I brought it with me. I'm keeping myself entertained, and you can sit back and watch it right now, or you can fuck off.
Drop that cool Benji on the counter there.
Drop it
Keep
cool.
taking.
It
Bet
was
you down.
so loud. I was emotionally support smiling for every person in that restaurant because they were making eye contact with Seth, who looked mortified, making eye contact
Because
with
his dumb ass is
me.
looking around, you know
Well,
what I mean?
and he's looking.
If you would just be like,
you're looking at the you're
join the
like
show,
this.
motherfucker.
You're
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Just start taking bets.
Like,
Yes.
You got 5 on 3?
people felt bad for
Let me
us.
show you how you calm it down here in the neighborhood. We got the bar wherever we is eating food.
I'm sorry
making
I
noise.
offended the 7.5 people that were in that
I was
motherfucker, you know
over
what I mean?
smiling at them like, it's okay, he's
Yeah.
special.
That's the problem.
Like,
Y'all pay attention to other people paying
Yeah,
attention to people.
y'all gotta just learn how to swim in that shit.
Yeah.
That's not. There's a fine line between not giving a fuck at all
All right, well, let
ever
me handle the confrontation.
and
Right, you
being
still just
aware
sit
of
there.
your environment
Learn
and
how to
other
handle-
people's feelings and vibes.
Because I'll just
and
hit him with the
stuff.
Ric Flair and then we'll just leave. Fuck them motherfuckers, you know what I mean?
What's the Ric? What's the? Oh my god!
Or I'll just bark at the son of a bitch. He's gonna get one of them, you know what I mean? Which one did he want? You know what I mean? I ain't opposed to barking at a motherfucker.
Babe, I saw a meme the other night, or a GIF that, or a little video reel that reminded me so much of you. That was like, this lady thought that I was gonna give up asking her out on a date because she was like, if you want me, bark like a dog. And the guy was like, she don't know that I'm a pug, and he's like,
Some of them
it was
like it,
so
though.
bad. I was like, he was like, we got married 6 months later. I was like, God damn it. Girls love that crazy shit. We do, right? We love the crazy animalistic side of people that don't give a fuck. Because women spend their whole lives giving a fuck too much. Unless they're you, when you're kind of like, I don't think you give a fuck as much.
No, like mine and my
more.
husband's first date, he took me to the Renaissance Festival out in Lake Anna. And he's like, do you want like to try one of those turkey legs? 'Cause I've never been to one. And I was like, yeah. He gets up to the register, like, to order, and he goes, yeah, this is our first date. And she said she wanted some big meat for her mouth.
Nice.
And I was like,
Nice.
Score. Hey,
this is my human.
Yep. I like that. I
What
like
is a
that.
big ass turkey leg?
but that's putting it all out
We
there.
need to go to
Yeah,
the
I-
Renaissance
that is
Fair.
Like, I was like, this is my
That's a
dude.
guy that's
Tell
like.
the Jew
but
we need
that's-
to go.
That's a guy that's like, we're gonna go on this date, and she's either gonna like me or not. She wanted hot, juicy meat for her mouth. Can get some hot, juicy meat for my lady here's mouth.
Got that
Yeah.
juicy leg.
You know, and she's either gonna giggle like that, or she's gonna be like, oh.
Or she's gonna eat
And
it.
if she giggles, hey!
But either way, she's gonna eat the turkey leg.
No. Like
Like
at work.
turkey leg. I got better meat for your mouth back at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Got that genuine Angus.
That would have been
Got
the
that
turn
Angus.
off.
Yeah.
If he had followed it by that, like, I
Yeah.
can't give her this,
I
so
got
I'm
better
getting
meat for her
no,
mouth.
no, no,
for
no.
back
that
when
would
we
have turned
get to
me
the
off. The
house.
first part, funny. Second part, don't be presumptive.
The
Slanging that
boss
chorizo
went and got dropped one of the fleet trucks off at the upholstery place to get like the seat more stuffing put in it. And the guy, like, I went to go pick it up, and he taps it, and he goes, well, I hope that's stiff enough for him. And I was like, well, if it's not, I'll tell him to rub it real hard. And I thought the guy was gonna die.
Yeah, no, you found your person.
Oh, I did.
You did.
He's
That's
100%.
good. That's good. If you
100%.
can match each other in like the dirtyville parts of your mind, like that's half the battle. I feel like because
Yeah.
if you can't vibe with somebody when you're fucking with them about like pervy stuff,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work.
No,
It's not gonna work.
The only fight we ever have is when he eats my food.
That's cute. Really?
Yeah,
You
like,
guys
he'll
you
take the
never-
best fucking
How long y'all
Chick-fil-A.
been married?
So
a
like,
year.
so like
How
you
long did
have
you date?
you have nuggets, and he takes your best nugget, and
He'll
you're
take the
bad.
best crusty nugget and just be like,
Does he take the last bite of things?
oh yeah, he'll eat my shit. Like,
Oh.
eat my cheesecake.
Who paid for it?
I avoid that.
We share money.
Okay, all right.
Avoid what?
Taking the last, I always offer the last bite so that it never hurts my feelings if you take the last bite.
we're
I learned
gonna-
with you very quickly that when you make food, it's for you. So it's like, if I
I'm gonna-
want something,
you better ask for an extra portion.
I have to
That's
ask
what
for
you should do.
He rolled up yesterday with a bunch of mini hot dog, corn dogs, and I was like, and he just proceeded to start eating them. And so I went downstairs and I got the last 3 that were still in there. I don't know why my man didn't think to ask me for, do you want the
Would you
last
just
3?
eat kale?
I
Oh,
had
shit.
kale after. I made the kale after.
Because she wasn't full after the 3 one.
No, you had kale for breakfast. You had something for
I
breakfast.
did have kale for
Kale
breakfast.
for breakfast?
I'm very healthy.
What do you
Yeah.
do with your kale?
Yesterday I didn't have my main's out of olive oil and vegetable oil.
Son of a bitch.
So I saw us.
Tragic.
That is
Yeah.
tragic. No butter?
I did butter.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I used. I did butter, and then I put I crushed garlic and put garlic in it, and I sautéed it, and then I put some of the boys. He's got this amazing. It's called like Goulan. It sounds racist, but it's like Goulan. I don't even know if that's a racist. It's like Goulan spicy paste, and I took a teeny teaspoon of the spicy paste. It's like Thai seasoning, right? But it's a paste, and I threw that in there. Shit was bomb, and I just sautéed it enough to make it wilted, and I ate the hell out of it. But it was a little tiny cup size, and so when my man came in with corn dogs, I was like, I want a corn dog.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's
But I
some
didn't
great-
want to make him feel bad for
There's
not
some great
offering.
nutrients in your kale, and you know when you cook down, you're losing some of those nutrients, but at
Right.
least it's tasty.
I cook it a
So,
lot of ways.
You know,
Do it in a little bit of bacon grease, like wilt it
Oh.
in bacon grease.
That sounds like
Just-
something we could do together.
just
Joint
put it
effort.
in a shake with some
I could
lime
give you
and
some bacon
fucking
grease for your rabbit food, yeah.
drink it raw.
Bacon grease?
No. Throw the kale with like lime and some other stuff in a juicer. Just
I need a juicer. I don't have a juicer or a
or just
blender.
blend it down in a blender and drink that shit.
Don't have a blender.
Get you one of those like little.
I never
bullet
had, I never
things.
had like a house.
Well, you need something more serious. You need
I might
something
have
more.
one of those actually.
Get yourself a ninja.
Just don't ever use it.
Something with the multi-blades. So you can get busy on that kale and take it down to nothing but fucking pellet, little tiny little
Felicia had a
specks.
ninja.
Huh?
Felicia got ninja.
He does.
There you go. Use Felicia's ninja.
He's inherited your chefery skills. He's a good cook. He's a damn good cook.
No, he watches fucking videos and makes bullshit.
And that's what makes you a good cook.
What, watching videos?
At least
of
he's
him?
trying.
Eventually, you might get there.
Dude, some of that,
Wait, you
like,
know,
Cook, it makes it good.
That
Cook is
Korean
top chef
beef
shit.
you
Here's a
made?
piece of chicken. What you gonna make me?
Yeah, what do you
Dude.
got in this fucking minimalistic kitchen to make this fucking
And then I'm
chicken
gonna come back
phenomenal?
25 minutes with some mouth watering and white meat.
That's what he do.
Black people are gonna be like, damn, that shit's moist.
you have an incredible ability to cook with, like, make things taste interesting and layered with bare minimum ingredients.
It's salt, pepper, garlic is all you ever need.
The rest of the
You
world,
don't need
He
much
be
more than
throwing
what he's
kisses at
saying.
it too when nobody's looking.
that's true. He probably does. He probably, like, does an airplane dick move and is, like, putting his,
I'm trying to tell you, it's
juju
all you
on
need
it.
is
Not that kind of
fucking
juju.
salt,
Ew, I
pepper,
just meant he blows it a kiss
garlic,
and, like, he makes
a
it
little
with
bit
love.
and a little bit of time. Not the ingredient time, but fucking time.
Motherfucking
Because the
minutes.
time is what adds the fucking flavor and the meat, aka the love.
Well, since we started
Anybody can
dating,
flash cook shit, you know what I mean?
Taking time
You know what I'm
is the
screaming?
love.
But
That's
it's
exactly
the love.
right.
It's the slow turned fucking chicken at 240 that tastes a lot better than the fucking hot chicken coming out
Yeah,
at
he be
350.
saying nasty things to it while he's cooking it too.
Yeah. Flip over, bitch.
He's like smacking that
Slam it
meat.
on that grill.
You like that? You like that, don't you?
Tenderize that
my
ass.
mouth
Like,
here in
let me
another hour or
pluck that
so.
cheek. Pluck that cheek.
Oh my
See what
god.
that tail look like.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
say that in the
man.
breast.
I'm proud of the boy though because he does go out and buy things like rosemary and thyme and like he tries to do different things with
He believes in
more
seasoning.
complex. Well, I would never say the Jew is the best seasoner I've ever met, but he does it with 4 things. Whereas like when I cook, I have to have like, you know, minced
The
garlic
pre-blends.
and not even pre-blends. I used to have a garden way back in my. That's one thing I lost in the marriage. When I got divorced, I lost my garden.
I lost mine too.
I had a huge ass herb garden and I would just go out every day and pick my fresh dill or pick my fresh rosemary. But I just can't bring myself around. I've been in this rental. It's a beautiful house, but it's a rental. I can't bring myself to like plant seeds in the rental.
Well, why would you not?
Do it
If
in
you're going to
pots.
be there, what's wrong with you?
I don't know because because
like-
it's hard for me to think of things as permanent. It's probably part of
But
like
it's not. Nothing is permanent. Basically, you got to try to make what you got better for while you're
you got
using
it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
true.
it's like if we were like, oh, the thing broke on the fucking thing, I can't do the podcast no more. Like, nah, man, that shit broke. I'm gonna buy a fucking piece to fix it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't be like, oh,
Right.
if we're at the Jew's house for fucking 9, 7, 8 years or whatever. Like, if the first time the first mixer crapped out, I'd be like, well, I guess that's it. We're done. You know
all
what I
right,
mean?
well, I guess
Like,
I'm going to Home Depot.
yeah, you
I
should.
need to
You
get
should
some-
grow your fucking garden.
I would love that.
And wherever
I
you
just- I
go,
don't know
you
why
put
I've
in a
been
garden
hesitant.
because you know what you're doing? You're giving the next renter a garden, Lisa.
That's true.
You're giving everybody a garden. You know what I'm
taking
saying?
it with me
You
when
know
I
what?
move,
and
though.
if
I
they
don't think I'm going
don't-
to give it away.
I'll tell you what,
I'll
why
put
don't
it in.
we do a little garden down yonder where the shed is?
Can we?
I want to be like Johnny Appleseed and fucking put weed plants everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And do the same with fucking like apples would be cool and peaches and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like weed, man, I want a Johnny Weed Seed, bro. But I don't have enough
Yes.
weed seed to Johnny Weed Seed. And if I did, I would. I'll be
Yeah.
out there in the streets. And guess what, y'all? It's fucking May, and I'm throwing weed seeds everywhere. That's what I would do. And that's what you're doing when you're sitting now. I got my basil and my thyme, and I got my
That's-
fucking
yeah.
my oregano and my
Okay.
fucking.
Well, now that
All
he
that
said we
shit.
could use his place, because I'm here enough, I can just pick what I need for the week and go back home.
Oh, snap! There we go.
Or I could be like, babe, emergency, you need to bring me some
When
of
you
our
come
fresh
down,
rosemary.
bring down
I need
some of the
some
rosemary.
tomatoes. All right, I'm
Do
going
you
to
want
make
a
a list
garden
of
or do you want a fucking herb?
Herb garden in a
which
garden.
can I get you to commit to? How
Herb
much?
garden.
Herb? Okay,
Herb
herb's
garden
good.
he's good with.
Anything is
Tomatoes.
good.
You ain't doing tomatoes.
This
though.
is what
Put it on a
happens.
timer.
That fucking thing is 8 by. That shed's probably 8 by 8. Look like 10 by 10 according to the hole.
Put a pain in his face.
I can give you a 4 by 6, 4 by 5.
You think there's pain in his face?
Look at that. That's a minute. That's maybe
do
it's just
half
some
of it.
math. He said 4
Yeah.
by 6.
You can do half of it and
4 by
half
6,
it.
4
you
by
can do
5.
a little 4x4 herb garden, a little 4x4
On it.
That's
what,
plenty.
made peppers or
It's
some
like-
shit like that. What are you
Look at
talking
that.
about?
Now you're talking.
why you
What kind
don't-
of vegetables are you gonna make that I'm not gonna eat?
Well, that's I know.
You
That's
can make
the thing,
sauces
that
with tomatoes,
this
though.
This is
And
purely
you'll
a
fuck with
selfless
sauces.
act of love right here. You giving me a
I
piece
grow
of the
tomatoes. I don't
yard.
eat them. They're
And it's
nasty.
gotta be something easy because I'm gonna be
I
throwing
don't
water
eat
balloons from the house to water shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Lisa, you might have to bring the sprinkler set up and be like, and call them and say, turn the sprinkler on, and then 40
Yeah,
minutes
that's right.
later,
We'll be doing
call
that
them
one.
and say, turn the
I
sprinklers
will,
off.
I will tell you what to get at Lowe's. We
Okay.
will Bluetooth that shit to your phone.
Okay.
And then it'll look at the weather and it'll.
You have to call though, because you can't be out there mowing the lawn and you fucking flip on the fucking Bluetooth sprinkler from
Oh,
Richmond.
that would be a nasty
That's what I'm
phone call.
saying. That's what I'm saying. You got
would
to
be so
interact
mad.
with
You
this man.
want to water.
wouldn't be.
You want to water like.
Look,
just as soon as the sun
that ends
comes
up happening. One of these old
maybe right
bitches.
before. and
Ideally,
then-
ideally, yes.
This one of these old bitches gonna be finger popping. If I'm out there fucking cutting
Yes,
grass,
that's
sprinkler
what I'm saying.
system off, this hot sexy man just fucking sweating over there like it's a goddamn firefighter video, someone's gonna be on there finger popping in the
He's
window.
got to do the
You know what I'm
slow-mo,
screaming?
like.
They're lucky I ain't got my hair. You know what I
doing
mean? 'Cause if I had the hair,
sexy
they'd be,
hair.
That shit. Prince would be playing in the background for somebody else's house. You know what I mean? All
I was
over.
afraid of that
You know what I mean?
happening when you got
You'd have the
a
old
nice
bitch
house and a
that old
nice
bitch
place.
that will smell my cooking that's mad about her divorce and shit.
Oh
'cause
my
they cook
God,
everything.
you guys, we were standing outside, right, and
Gotta
this
watch out.
girl from far away, beautiful, I'm talking blowout. It was like a fucking Saturday morning. She had this beautiful blonde hair, and all I could see from a distance was the hot pink top and the fishing, the like catfish leggings.
It's a solid 20-footer.
Okay, with like the booty thing. She's strutting, walking her little dog, right? Little yappy dog. Cute as pie. Very cute dog. But she's walking up, and I can't tell how old this woman is. I can't see nothing. All I see is the beautiful locks.
you hate that?
Looking like fucking Goldie Hawn from Overboard, right?
She was 60 up and dating
She
him.
was dead.
Ain't no one looking
She
at
was,
no
she
hard
was
looking
probably
at
in her
her.
60s. But great rack, great bod, great hair. So
I'm
from a
fucking her.
distance, I
Sounds
see
good to
this girl
me.
walking down the thing. I'm like, oh God, we're all outside talking to the, or I think the in-laws were over there. or
Someone was
something.
leaving.
Yeah,
That's
someone
why
was
we're
leaving.
outside.
So she stops in the middle of the road with the dog, and like she stands there staring at us, and she starts talking to me, and she's like, I just want to say, I smelled something that man was cooking from a mile away around the corner at my house, and girl, it smelled so good. And I instantly was like, this bitch is gonna bone my man for some brisket. I was like, holy crap.
It was
So
crab legs,
it was crab legs
shrimp
and
steak, or crab legs,
Yeah.
barbecue chicken, and
whatever you
steak.
cook. I'm sure it's giving off airwaves to the single ladies that would like some.
well, their dick doors going on when that
Yes.
grill turns on. You already know that.
Yes.
The
Mhm.
fucking badge
And-
lips start twerking a little bit.
So we start talking. Oh my God, honey.
I saw bitch on the grill. Charlie, I'm walking the dog. Timmy, come on, we gotta go. Get your leash, bitch.
You tell me she come around more because she's
I've never seen that
scandalous.
bitch since
Let me
or
tell you
after
what
or
she
before.
said. Let me tell you what she
I
said.
don't think she lives here.
So she goes.
She's somebody's mother.
I think she was getting dick
Visited.
somewhere. And she was having to stay the night and was walking
No.
this fucker's dog. It was like,
She has a house
let me see if
around
this
the
motherfucker
corner.
making bacon.
Yep. She's like, I wish the dick I was fucking could cook like that.
And her mama live in the
So we got
neighborhood.
biscuits and
We'll
gravy,
both be
baby.
after him.
Her
Hell yeah.
mom lives 3 doors down across the street. She lives across around the corner. Anyways, she starts talking shit. She's like, I was like, oh yeah, that was my man. He was cooking crab and steak and whatever. And she's like, well, it smelled so good. And I was like, yeah, he's a good cook. He's a good cook. And I was like, so where do you live? We just small talking. And she goes, what about you? You live here with him? And I was like, actually, no, I live in Richmond. We have a long distance relationship currently. And she goes, oh. It's not gonna last. I said, excuse me? She goes, they never work out. It always ends in heartbreak, honey. I'm just telling you now. And Andrew's literally
I'm
within
coming over.
earshot.
I'm coming over to get some of this
The
steak.
fucking audacity! The audacity!
Old
She said,
asshole
been there,
record.
done that. Never works. It doesn't work out. And I was like, Okay, thank you for your unsolicited cuntiness. Like, what do you want me to say that?
Before beauty.
I was very nice about it. I just burst out laughing, and I was like, I don't know, man. I was like, we'll see. That's kind of all I said, because I was really just like, how does one react to that level of audacity and bitchiness? Like, who burned your britches, honey, that you need to talk to a complete stranger like that?
Yeah.
Normal
Oh, she
Karen.
definitely was a Karen. She like had like the fucking, her dog had like a Louis Vuitton collar on and shit. I was like, oh, he wouldn't fuck with you anyways, princess. Like, keep it moving, keep it walking.
Yeah.
My man's not interested in
No.
you. But I don't know, why did she say that?
Say what?
Why would a woman
Because
say
she's trying to
that?
get in your head to say that's what all these women be doing. That's what you don't
She's
probably
understand.
trying to get her
That's
head.
why I'm single. Because you
She-
bitches be trying to get
She-
everybody's
all right, look.
motherfucking head all the time. And I'm like, can you just shut the fuck up? Do you have something reasonable to say?
Here's a
no?
possibility.
Then shut the fuck up.
I
Because is
will
that not
admit
what
it.
you should have said to that bitch?
I will admit it. Women are queens of psychological torture.
It's true.
Maybe she. All right, look.
And I am not.
That's what she
Go ahead,
was
baby.
doing.
Tell me how
the
she
one.
wants your
Maybe
dick.
she got fucked wrong, right? She was upset about
Fuck her
that
wrong.
because motherfuckers get. Everybody gets wrong when they fuck. Everybody gets upset when they get fucked wrong, right? Or maybe she has Salisbury steak for fucking dinner, and who wants to have Salisbury steak if they smell crab legs and fucking steak? So maybe she was upset about that.
She was
Maybe she was
eating
just angry.
Eating a TV dinner, or maybe she was just angry. You know what I mean? Because she had to take her little K-19 fucking China dog around, you know, and have him shit in somebody else's yard and pick up his shit. Or maybe she was just a Karen. You know what I mean?
She was jelly. That's what it is.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Because why?
Because women are jealous that you got good food and somebody that's
Cause
boning
y'all
you.
be hating.
There's
Y'all all
there's
for
a
each other, but
reason
y'all be
why.
Yup.
There's a handful of women that I will tolerate.
Yeah.
That's why none of y'all bitches have bitches friends.
Yes.
Y'all don't like bitches.
Yes.
No.
But y'all be
There's a
standing
reason
up for
why-
bitches you don't
There's
know.
there's a reason why most
300
women don't
friends.
like most women. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Most women don't have friends with most women because of most women.
Yeah,
but
And
why
whatever
do they-
the most women
But
is,
why do they
that's
stand up for women they don't know?
because it's like
That's what I'm tripping off
That's
of.
like how black people gotta stay together type shit, unity type shit. You know what I mean? We gotta represent. You know what I
that's
mean?
that bullshit. Like if I look at a bitch on the like, I wish. we
Unless
had
they're
the
really a
scanner
bitch, but they
so we
might
can
be like,
look
yeah,
at
bitch.
bitches to swipe right or left on. Because half the ones I would be like, I'm swiping left. You'd be like, no, you should swipe right on her. And I'll be like, but I don't like her. I don't find her to be ideal for me off of what I've seen. But y'all would be like, but that's a girl you should swipe right on, even though you're not gonna, even though her eyes
Well,
crooked.
I guess
or
we
some
all have
shit.
preferences. So, but do you think it's like fake that women are like about the sisterhood, even though
Yes.
we?
Sometimes, yeah, because
A lot
I,
of them.
you
don't,
might,
I
you
think
might,
that there's a duplicity there.
you
It's
might
not
talk
even-
to people that you don't know just to talk with them and then be like, bitch, as soon as they leave to go to the bar, I hate that bitch. Fucking
Girls-
Cindy always want to come over here and
girls do
talk to
that.
me and shit. Fuck that.
Well,
bitch.
okay,
But
so
that's
I
not even-
kind
but
of did
nobody
that when
talk
that
to
woman
Cindy.
walked away. That woman walked away, and I said, bitch.
But that's not even.
Well, that's
But because I feel like,
But
sweetheart.
if you didn't meet her ever, and I was in here, we had the thing up, and we were swiping right or left, and that woman came up, and I looked at her, and you were like, look, she's cute, and I was like, I mean, yeah, for 60, you know what I'm saying? You would be like, ugh. And then, like, if I was like, I'm gonna
Maybe.
swipe left, and you were like, why? And I'd be like, because
Give a bitch a chance.
I'm worried I'm gonna break her
She
hips.
might bake.
I don't see you with a 60-year-old dude. I just don't. I love you, but I wouldn't try to push a
Oh, dude,
60-year-old on
60,
you.
50 ish you gonna get dessert after maybe possibly, but 60 they probably ain't gonna have much effort to get the fucking.
There's not-
No, you get
You
pudding.
know what I mean?
I don't know what I'm even
Pudding
looking
cup.
for
Ah, fuck,
age-wise.
easy.
And,
But that's
it's butterscotch.
Yeah, that's just water and
It's
fucking
weird,
powder
'cause,
man,
like-
in the refrigerator. They ain't no good.
I don't have that many close girl friends, truly, except for my work bitches. I will fucking cut somebody for my work bitches. Like, those women, we have, like, grown up together in, like, a culture where we're, like, trauma bonded. So if one dude even, like, looks at my girl and there's a whiff of sexual harassment, I'm like, I got your back, bitch. Where are we going? What are we doing? You need to call HR? You need
talking
to call
about
HR? You need to be
You're
like,
about to
I don't
shut
know.
it
I feel
down,
like
huh?
I'm fiercely protective.
HR.
Yeah, I'm like fiercely protective of the ladies, but I'm also weary of
12:55.
advances.
Now I wonder how much time we got left.
sometimes, I
I'm gonna
guess.
go get some reefer.
Any minute now, we shut it down.
I don't think I'm going to be nice to that lady though if I see her again, because she really did just try to shit on her whole
I'm telling you, I've never
relationship.
seen that bitch before then and
dog
now. I ain't
was
been here
sweet.
but 2 or 3 months, but I've never seen that bitch walking the dog. I haven't seen too many people walking.
She
the
came
dog.
Because she
around
went
for
out
the
there
smell.
cooking. She followed her nose.
Yeah, she's far. She probably followed her
We
nose.
just happened to be outside the
Yeah.
same time she was walking the dog to her mom's. That's where she was walking. was to her mom's.
I'd
And
go
then
fuck her mom.
She was walking to her mom.
she was
She was 60, bitch. Her mom is 80
Oh,
or
yeah, I
90.
guess you're
Her
right,
mom's
yeah,
on a
for
chair
real,
somewhere
yeah.
rolling
Okay.
around.
she's Sam Elliott's
Probably too
age.
much.
Yeah,
that's
so
probably
you
too
push the
much.
power button on her and just get her in place.
Yeah, fuck the older chick.
Stop
That's all
following
right.
me.
If I ever pull up and you're talking to that bitch,
What if I'm talking to her?
I'm gonna just Mason, don't.
I'll just bark at her then next time she comes
What if
around.
I don't
so we
know?
have to-
That's we already proved that women like that.
But what if it's like when you came and realized that the podcast was me and him that you hadn't had no idea about? What if I'm driving down the street or I go to the auto parts place today and some hot older chick comes up and is like, hey,
How you doing?
long distance relationships don't really work out very often. I'm like, well, I happen to be 20 minutes from
That's when
here.
you're like,
Thereabouts.
I can make a steak.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I
yeah,
have a chance.
You know what's
You
funny?
know, with that launch,
I
obviously it's a metal steak.
I put the love in, when I'm working on cooking steaks and shit.
I mean, before I met David, I created a list of standards. And
Those are the deal breakers,
Him
yeah.
being able to know how to cook, like, not that you got to do it every day, but just the fact that you know how to do it
Yeah.
was on my list.
I can feed you if I have to.
Yeah.
It ain't a problem.
Yeah, that's one thing that they
You and I met in a
told me a long
kitchen.
time ago.
He
Like, we
only
literally met working in a kitchen.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that
once,
said, we gotta
so-
stop this episode and bring it
Yes.
back another time for another one because we're gonna be back at you sometime here real soon, coming this Thursday. Don't forget, Big Mike is out there getting fucking abused by a ghost, probably.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to hear about that maybe next
Yeah.
week, but probably
Clear-
not.
clear date rape.
Because the Jew and Lisa are not going to be here next week, so we're probably going to try to keep that story on the wraps until these two, or at least the Jew, can get back and we can go at it again. But who knows? It's a week or two. Might not be able to contain himself. He might not be able to contain himself.
He might be over here crying like a whole bitch because he's
Right.
a white man on
He
the
might be.
inside. You know what I mean? You never know.
White man
He
on
might
the
be crying
inside.
like a
Maybe
whole
that's
bitch
probably his worst fear.
right now.
You know what I mean? Becoming a white man on the inside.
He got taken over like
Ridiculous.
scare the black out of
Yeah,
him.
am I scared of black out of black out? That's a lot of black though.
yeah, he's scared of black. I mean, he's going to show up here and his name's going to be Michael.
Yep, Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank
Whatever
you
his middle
so
name.
much.
Michael with whatever the letter.
Thank you
That
so much
motherfucker's
for
middle
listening.
name.
Do you
We'd
not
like
know
to
his name?
encourage you to listen
No,
to all
we're men.
episodes.
We don't know that
No
shit.
idea. His name is Big.
Yeah, his name is
Big Mike.
Jalopy.
Jalopy. The Black Hand.
Michael
the
something
Black
Bridget.
Hand.
Might be
So
like an Anthony.
his middle name is Black.
Yeah,
as far as I know.
Michael
The
Black
Hand.
Michael Black Hand Bridget. Yeah, that
the
sounds
Black
about right.
Hand Mike.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, don't forget, we love you very much. We'd like to encourage you to listen to old episodes as well as new episodes. Like, share, subscribe. Keep grinding on the shit that you're trying to get done, because that's how things are going to get done. Don't forget, we love you very, very much. And we wish you nothing but the best. Peace be with you.
Peace. Yeah, dudes don't keep track of other dudes' middle names.
I just texted Sarah.